Leave it at one, okay? Thank you so much for coming. I'm so sorry. green curry that I bought is too sweet. I feel sorry for my palate. Okay, I'm gonna go. done with my breakfast. Yard's file about the convicted criminal Selden includes a newspaper article about him dying of illness in prison. In prison, not in prison. Wait. Let me move my table a bit. Okay. Include the details that were in the newspaper and coming to find Mr. Shakespeare's. I'll rearrange everything in the court records so we don't have duplicated information. Why are you giving us a copy of this important file? Oh, wait. My microphone is over there, right? Okay. I was like, where the heck is my microphone? I'm sorry, guys, but you're gonna have to close your ears. Okay. Did you close your ears? I don't think so. I'm sorry. Must have been tough. Okay. Okay, I'm back. I'm back with my microphone with me. I'm back. Okay. Well, you were the ones who turned up the clue in the first place, aren't you? I'm just making sure things get handled in a proper fashion. Oh, Scotland Yard's workings is so wonderful. Indeed, my dear fellows, an inspector here has a shining diamond in its crown. A shining diamond in the rough, maybe. Look, I just don't want to be beholden to a lawyer, that's all. Okay. I wanna check first. 18 counts of burglary, 6 counts of suspected murder. Died of natural causes whilst in prison. His final moments witnessed by only his cellmate. The estimated 1,000 pounds worth of loot he stole remains uncovered. Manchester Strangeways Prison announced the death of convicted murderer and burglar Selden by natural causes in the early hours this morning. He had been suffering with fever since the end of October. Alerted by the shouts of his fellow cellmate, medical staff arrived to find him already dead before his capital punishment could be carried out. Okay. Can we? Okay. Good. So this is a poison we've been hearing so much about. Strychnine. There are a few remnants of the bottom of the bottle here, look. You mustn't be tempted to try it. Of course not, as long as we don't lose his trial. No! Even if we lose a trial. No! We mustn't lose a trial in the first place, Mr. Naruto. Make your mind up, Susato-san. I think there's only one place that I can examine. Okay. Okay. Court proceedings are about to resume. Make your way to the courtroom at once. Well, I shall leave you then. I'll be listening with interest from the public gallery. No nodding off at all, certainly not. Thank you, Mr. Shums. I'm rather tired of seeing Mr. Mustache in floods of tears personally, so the best of luck to you. Welcome, student, visit Naruhodo Esquire. Yes, Mr. Natsume. It's time, isn't it? Yes, this is it. Miss Olive Green and Mr. William Shamspeare. This is going to be the final battle. Oh my god. It won't really have saved Soseki-san until I've exposed the whole truth of everything that's been going on. But it's all coming to a head now. You can do it, Runosuke. You have to. Yes, you can do it. Come on, come on, come on. February 12:30 p.m. the Old Bailey courtroom. In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session again now. Before the recess, we heard a most startling accusation from the defense. Namely, that the victim of the case we heard here only a few days ago is the true perpetrator of this incident. A reckless, rash, and prejudiced charge of wrongdoing in my opinion, my lord, however. The prosecution has tried to extend every courtesy to this amateur newcomer from dubious eastern shores. Thank you for that backhanded consideration. A rather cold assessment from the honorable British prosecutor, I must say. So, Lord Van Zeeks, is the new witness present and ready to take the stand? Ready and waiting in the witness's antechamber, my lord. Very well, Bailey, bring the witnesses in. Witnesses? So Shamspeare as well. Yeah. Witnesses, state your names and occupations for the court, please. William Shamspeare is my liege. For mine occupation, I can say only that I be a tragic victim to be pitied. Currently unemployed, in other words. I'm Olive Green. I'm a fledgling artist. Well, no. Not a fledgling. Not a fledgling. Fledgling. Oh, this is a very hard word. Not a fledgling. Really. A hopeless failure who's too weak-spirited to admit she has no talent, I suppose. Also currently unemployed, in other words. What a coterie. Mr. Shamspeare, my lord, I am thy humble servant. I'm afraid that you are no longer merely the victim in this affair. The possibility has been raised that you are in fact the assailant, intent on taking the life of your fellow lodger. The part you have played in this whole business will be thoroughly scrutinized, I assure you. I would for naught else, my lord. And Miss Green. Yes? You're aware of the reason you've been summoned to this courtroom today, I presume? Yes, the officer did explain. He said I poisoned this ridiculous buffoon. And, do you accept the charge, Miss Green? I don't know anything about any poisoning. And I don't know anything about this man. Come, lady, die to live. Verily, I know not thy prickly pea-pigmented personage. Very well, let us proceed with the matter at hand. That being to ascertain whether or not Miss Green has any involvement in this affair. It's all very strange indeed. Why would you suspect me? I barely ever go to the East End anyway. It so happens that I passed by that neighborhood 6 days ago, that's all. And on the night that this man was poisoned, I was still in the hospital, fighting for my life. Yes, having been unfortunately caught up in the incident on the street outside the Garrideb household. Oh, hello! Sorry, I was busy reading. Sorry. Oh, shit. Okay. Morning! Thank you so much. Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. Did you redeem something? Oh, 3 streams straight. Thank you so much. Thank you. Please enjoy. An incident that rendered you unconscious for some 3 days. I was struck in the middle of my back by a knife through no fault of my own, and now I'm under suspicion. What other relevant things might I be suspected of? It's all very disturbing. Your energies may be better spent worrying about random knives attacks, I view, Miss Green. At this point in time, all that appears to connect you with Mr. Shamspeare's lodgings is a Briar Road incident of 6 days ago. That's why we would like you to testify formally now about exactly what happened. Oh no! The incident 6 days ago? You mean you want me to relive that awful incident? Unfortunately, yes. Please tell the court what happened that day. And of course, we'll be interested to hear from you about your movements that day too, Mr. Shamspeare. Eh? But what happened 6 days ago has nothing to do with me being poisoned. Let us proceed then. The witnesses will present their formal testimony to the court. On the subject of the incident that took place on Briar Road the evening of the 17th of February. The evening of 17th February. It was 6 days ago at about 5 p.m. I was walking along in the snow when I was suddenly stabbed in the back. Coincidentally, it happened to be just outside the house where the men in this case have their lodgings. I was at the tavern on the eve of which thou speakst, for I had bespoke my supper. It was the first time I'd been in the area. I had a little matter to attend to, that's all. Anyway, I was admitted straight to the hospital, so I knew nothing about all this business. Yes, a second incident inside a week at what I believe to be aptly described as the haunted lodgings. One can only presume this is a most unfortunate coincidence. Meanwhile, you say you were not in your room, Mr. Shamspeare. 'Twas the following morn when I did awaken that I learned of the dire events. Mary, what a commotion! What a commotion did the officers of the law make on the floor above mine. When Soseki-san was arrested on suspicion of attempted murder. As suspected, there's nothing connecting these two witnesses about happenances. It's true, it does seem as though they're unrelated at first glance, but I'm not so sure. There's some lurking in the shadows here. I feel certain of it. And this is my one and only chance to expose it. You can do it. Counsel, you may now cross-examine these two witnesses if you wish. Yes, my lord. Okay. The evening of the 15th February. It was 6 days ago, about 5 p.m. I was walking along in the snow when I was suddenly stabbed in the back. Hold it! Wait. I'm well acquainted with the case. I'm sorry you had to go through that. It was awful. I still can't believe I was unconscious for so long. And I woke up to find that the case had been solved and the culprit arrested. Yes, the incident has been resolved already. Perhaps it would help you to consider it a bad dream that ended with your awakening and should now be forgotten. Yes, I suppose so, thank you. But before you put it completely behind you, Miss Green, I need you to remember the details one last time. You must tell the court exactly what happened that day for us to arrive at the truth about this new case. The trouble is, there's nothing to tell, really. I was just walking along the pavement. Coincidentally, it happened to be just outside the house where the men in this case have their lawyers.
Hold it!
What were you doing there that day, though? What do you mean? The art school you attend, what's it called? Yes. It's the Thorndike Academy of Fine Arts. According to Mr. Sholmes, that's just in the vicinity of Brixton Road, which is some 10 stops away from the scene on the underground. I believe you mentioned before that you also live on Brixton Road, isn't that right? So why then would you have been walking along Briar Road in the middle of the East End? Well, it's because, oh yes, of course. I thought it might make a nice picture. The witness is a student of art. City-dwelling artists can't all paint grand urban vistas. That's right. I happen to like the crumbling look of that part of town. Perhaps quaint would have been a less parading term. The point is, she's definitely hiding something. Yes, it seems she's not going to be forthcoming with the truth. If she's trying to hide why she was there that evening, it must mean there's a reason for her not wanting us to know. That's the key to this. And you, Mr. Shakespeare, on the evening of the incident 6 days ago, would you tell the court what exactly you were doing? 'Twould be my pleasure, sire. I was at the tavern on the eve of which thou speaks, for I had bespoke my supper.
Hold it!
A tavern, you say? Which one? 'Twas the Slug and Salad where I did tarry. 'Tis a jewel in the East End. And a little unexpected, I feel. What do you mean, Lord Van Seeks? The Slug and Salad offers unusually fine dining for the locality, at least. Not an establishment you would expect to be patronized by a man with not even a crumb of bread in his room. It's true, the menu lists premium crust of bread and glasses of water in different levels of cloudiness. I would have expected grubbery in the local vicinity to be more appropriate for your needs. Watery soup and mushy peas, or rather, soupy water and pea-like mush. All equally appetizing. I just wanted to try some water in a different pub for once. What's wrong with that? How different can water really be? Or perhaps there's a more plausible explanation. A specific reason why he had to go to that particular establishment. Agreed. The fact that on that day of all days he dined at a place he wouldn't normally, it does stand out. So Mr. Shakespeare's own actions on the day of the incident 6 days ago, were slightly suspicious. I wonder if we have some evidence that can explain those actions. Should I present evidence? I mean, it sounds familiar that it was actually the restaurant that they were about to meet up. Mr. Shakespeare? Yes, sire. On the day in question, is it not the case that you visited the Slug and Salad, a place you don't normally patronize, for a very particular reason? I don't know what you're talking about. Pray, if thou hast some purpose, speakst. Very well, I will present the court with the evidence. Evidence that explains why you had to be at the Slug and Salad that day, namely. I have no idea.
Take that!
Oh, good Horatio. There are more things in heaven than earth than are gemmed in your philosophy. I know it. It wouldn't be that easy. Horatio? I believe it's a line from Shakespeare's play, Hamlet, Mr. Naruto. Be it a line from the great Shakespeare or from this, Mr. Shakespeare, the message is the same. My learned Japanese friend is wide of the mark. Oddly surprising, given this witness's obtuse literary quotes. I do wonder if there's perhaps some evidence that would explain why it was a Slug and Salad he visited. I think we have discussed this issue enough. Let's return to the witness's testimony, please. Okay, let's see. Slug and Salad. I don't think there's any evidence. Slug and Salad. No, I don't think there's any evidence. Gladly, I would thy bidding do, Horatio. It was the first time I'd been in the area. I had a little matter to attend to, that's all.
Hold it!
What little matter, Miss Green? Please elaborate. It was not really. It's not worth mentioning. If you remember, you mentioned it to us yesterday at the hospital. It was related to the card you were holding. Miss Green! What was that? She clearly just hit something behind her back. From memory, I believe the card contains a note that reads, I have information regarding the death of Duncan Ross. What does that matter?
Huh?
This has nothing to do with Duncan.
Excuse me.
I knew it. I was too early. Mr. Shakespeare, do you have something to share with the court? To be or not to be? That is the question. Pray forgive me. The great bard's words spring it from within me with ne'er thought. Don't tell me it's because you're possessed by Shakespeare's spirit, right? Hearing Miss Green's words a moment ago seemed to make you think of something of relevance, perhaps. Well, nay, sire, 'twas nothing at all. Presumably you know the name, though, Mr. Duncan Ross. After all, you are both lodgers in the same house. I would it were so, but sadly nay. Lodging be a lonely occupation, sire. My lodging fellows be rarely known to me. So you haven't heard of him, even though he passed away in the room just one floor above yours? Miss Green? Me, my lord? Have I done something wrong? The card that was mentioned before, containing the note, do you have it upon your person? I do, yes, but I don't need it anymore. In fact, I should throw it away, really. Before you dispose of it, the court will take it as evidence, please. Miss Green's card has been entered into the court record. Ah, the letter. Of course, that's what links Mr. Shamspeare to Miss Green. It's Duncan Ross. Now, continue with your testimony, please, Miss Green. I was admitted straight to the hospital, so I knew nothing about all of this.
Hold it!
Yes, you didn't regain consciousness until the day after the trial to do in the early hours. Exactly. So how could I have had anything to do with it? And yet you still haul me in here to court like this, honestly. So at the time of the poisoning, the witness was unconscious in her hospital bed. Could there be a more airtight alibi, I ask you? Airtight? Alibi? And yet, in spite of that, you claim that I was the culprit? Well, but you certainly haven't produced any evidence to support your wild claim, have you? Not at all. There you have it. The good lady is yet to see evidence, my learned Nipponese friend. I'm working on it. Counsel, I'll point out here that the jury's next decision will be final. We're really up against the wall here. Oh, Mr. Naruhodo, you pursue Mr. Shamspeare wonderfully there. It worked out well, hasn't it? It's worked out well, hasn't it? We have a new clue at last. Alright, now I need to pull off a really insightful objection elsewhere. Somewhere. Well, as you've managed to expose this promising new angle, I wonder if you should perhaps try to develop that? Yes, of course. And yelling out objections isn't necessarily the best way to do that, I suppose. Okay. Okay, I want to present. The envelope has been ripped open rather carelessly, hasn't it? Miss Green strikes me as a type to open correspondence more neatly than that. What is it? The way the envelope is torn. I'm almost sure I've seen the exact same shape somewhere else. Oh, you don't mean... Were you thinking of this piece of evidence, Mr. Naruhodo? Exactly, that's it. Try to match them up. They go together perfectly. This torn off envelope clearly belongs to this card. Okay. A note in an envelope that seems to have been ripped open rather roughly. The envelope fits perfectly with the torn off piece found at the scene of the crime. A ripped piece of envelope that was found in Mr. Shamspeare's room. It fits perfectly with an envelope in Miss Green's possession. Oh my god, there are two. Okay.
Objection!
Oh no! Why am I wrong? She said she hasn't been there. Okay, fine. I'm gonna do this.
Objection!
What? Or is it the... Or is it the...
Objection!
You say it's undeniable, counsel, but I fail to see any contradiction here at all. I think perhaps that itself is a contradiction. Indeed. Oh no. Time for a rethink.
Hold it!
Okay, fine. What little matter, Miss Green? Please elaborate. It's not worth mentioning. If you remember, you mentioned it to us yesterday at the hospital. It was related to the card you were holding. Miss Green! probably hid some behind her back. From memory, I believe the card contained a note that read, I have information regarding the death of Duncan Ross. What does that matter? This has nothing to do with Duncan. Duncan Ross. Please, Miss Green, tell us more about that note. I'm sorry. There's really nothing I can tell you. But I can assure you it's unrelated to all of this. Completely unrelated. The truth is, you went out that day because that's what the note told you to do, isn't it? The instructions were for you to come to Briar Road at 5 o'clock that afternoon. I didn't think I should go at first, but then I thought it might be a good opportunity to see what the East End looked like. Very well, if that's your final word on the matter, continue, please. Oh my god. I don't know.
Hold it!
Yes, you didn't regain consciousness until the day after the trial, did you? So... Hello, welcome! Good morning, good morning. Yeah, so how could I have anything to do with it? And yet you still hold me in here to court like this, honestly. I wonder if I have to press it again.
Hold it!
We have some evidence that can explain those actions. Can we open it? We can't? Can we open the note? We can't open the note. What should I do? What should I do? I wish we did, but sadly I can't think of anything at the moment. If we find a clue that could explain why Mr. Shakespeare went there, we must present it to the court. Yes, absolutely. If that is all in the matter, counsel, I would ask Miss Green to reiterate her next statement.
Hold it! What should I do? I presented everything I wanted.
But it's with Miss Green though. I don't know. I'm gonna just press.
Hold it!
I don't know. Yeah, present evidence.
Take that!
Oh! Is right? I believe this card reveals the answer. Good lord, Miss Green's card, you mean? That's right, my lord. It reads, I have information regarding the death of Duncan Ross. Come to the Slug and Salad on Briar Road at 5 p.m. on 17th. But we couldn't read that, could we? Oh my god. Don't tell anybody else about this letter or the meeting. It is a matter of utmost importance. Mr. Shakespeare, your actions on the afternoon of Miss Green's stabbing are exactly as described in this note. Personally, I find it hard to believe that's a coincidence. Don't you, Mr. Shakespeare? Well... Excuse me, can I say some... Yes, Miss Green. That card was delivered to me. It doesn't have anything to do with this odd man, does it? Well, you'd think so, yes, but it's hard to believe it's merely... My lord, may I? May you what, Miss Green? I'd like to make something very clear about that card. Very well then, you may amend your testimony to include details about the peculiar note. Oh no. This note was delivered to me at my address. It's not to do with the odd man next to me.
Hold it!
I think you said that you received it the day before the incident, didn't you? Yes, that's right. There appears to be no indication of a sender's name or address on the envelope. It was in my letterbox and that's all I know, I'm afraid. I have no idea who sent it. I have information regarding the death of Duncan Ross. Who is this Duncan Ross, please? A friend of mine. He attended the same art school as I do. He passed away in a tragic accident a month ago now. I wasn't sure what to make of that note, to be honest, but in the end I decided to go. So you found out what the information was? Of course I didn't. You're not thinking straight. While I was on her way there, she was stabbed in the back, as my learned friend hopefully remembers. Ah, yes, of course. She never made it to the meeting. Oh, Mr. Naruhodo, you pursued Mr. Shakespeare wonderfully here. Oh, okay. Okay, I have to present the... Yeah.
Objection!
The day before the incident, exactly 1 week ago now, this note was delivered to your address. And upon carrying out the instructions in the note, you found yourself in the hospital. Yes, I did. It's terrible, everything that's happened to me. Yes, it is terrible. If it's all true, that is. What do you mean? Miss Green, have a look at this, please. It's a torn off end of an envelope. Oh, is it? And it so happens that it fits together perfectly with the envelope of the note you received. Where did you find that? In Mr. Shakespeare's room. Eh? In my room? Mr. Shakespeare? Do you perhaps remember this note from somewhere? Well... Your actions that afternoon follow the instructions in the note to the letter. Come to the Slug and Salad on Briar Road at 5 p.m. on 17th. And so that's exactly where you went. Let me ask you again, Mr. Shamspeare. You already knew about this note, didn't you? And you, Miss Green.
What did I do?
As its torn off end of the envelope proves, the note was originally in Mr. Shamspeare's room. So how is it that it came to be in your possession?
I don't have the first idea. I'm just a fledgling artist after all.
There is only one explanation. You broke into Mr. Shamspeare's room and stole it. You did what?
Sorry? Thou hast what?
You were in my room? What on earth do you want with me?
It would seem that both witnesses need to testify again.
Miss Green?
Yes?
Whilst you have the court's sympathy, I'm sure, for the suffering you have endured in recent events, anyone found to be giving false testimony in a court of law will be duly punished. Please bear that in mind.
Yes, I know.
Very well then, witnesses. You will give formal testimony again now. On the subject of this curious anomaly regarding the note Miss Green claims to be received. Oh my god. The anomaly of the note. I do remember now, 'twas a week ago, peradventure that note was delivered unto me. On the day writ therein I did tarry a long hour at the slug and salad, yet nobody came. Thereafter, on the evening I shared the company of the Japanese fellow. I did see the note had vanished.
I don't know what you mean. You think I snuck into this man's room, do you? Why would I?
I can point out the villain here, and as for that torn off piece of the envelope, I don't know anything about it. You now claim to have received this letter, do you, Mr. Shamspeare? Faith, 'tis so, my lord. And I would swear to save it, to have set it upon the table in my humble lodgings. Yet, 'tis clear to me now that since I returned from the tavern that night, I have not laid eyes upon it. Well, that being the case, young lady, it would appear that your testimony was a lie? Is that what you think? How unfair of you to think I'm the one lying. I beg your pardon? I'm just a fledgling artist, as I said, and a fledgling artist don't lie. That note was delivered to me and my address. Besides, we all know who the liar around here is. If that's true, Miss Green, how do you explain the facts? This part of the envelope was, without question, found in Mr. Shamspeare's room. I don't see why I should explain. Sorry? I'm a fledgling artist. My job here is just to say what happened, that's all. It's your job to give the explanation and the proofs. You, the fledgling lawyer. The fledgling will do his best. Evidently, my learned friend's cross-examination is our only hope of learning the truth. Well, counsel, I'm ready, my lord. Very well, then. The defense will now proceed with the cross-examination of the witnesses. Miss Green clearly did break into Mr. Shamspeare's room. There can be no question of that. And that's how she acquired the note. Yes, two facts that are starting to lead me to a possible explanation for all of this. And it's not a pretty one. Let's go. I do remember now, it was a week ago, peradventure that note was delivered unto me.
Hold it!
And can you shed any light on the contents of the note at all? Nay, sire, 'tis as strange to me as a foreign tongue. Even with a knowledge of literature as great as mine own, verily 'tis impenetrable. But Mr. Duncan Ross has lodgings in the same household as you. In effect, he was your neighbor, so surely you know him. You knew him, didn't you? Alack, if the choices be twixt I knew him and I knew him not, then 'Tis with foreboding that I be forced to declare we were by some small measure equipped. Despite your claim, sir, you followed the note's instruction and went to the slug and salad. Presumably, that was nothing to do with your knowledge of literature. Marry not will have the better of me, sire, save for the lure of curiosity. So 'tis true, I was compelled by mine own eager heart to betake myself to the tavern. Yet in the end, my curiosity was not satiated. On the day read therein, I did tarry a long hour at the slug and salad, yet nobody came. So even after waiting for an hour, nobody appeared. Well, yes, sire, 'tis as thou sayest. Really? You pause for a moment before you answer. In truth, when thou asked whether nobody appeared, I did suddenly recall. Really? Do you mean to tell the court that somebody did appear after all? I was not alone that night as the slug and salad, my lord. 'Tis returning to me now. I did treat my lips to almost clear water, and mine innards to a premium crust of bread. And all round me danced a great many companions. What do you mean? Flies, sire, flies. Good lord. In the name of Beelzebub, what were they? Fairies, perchance, for a midsummer night's dream, come to taunt me? I think they were just flies. I can't help thinking that the flies ought to choose some more wholesome to buzz around. Is that wrong of me? Thereafter, on the evening, I shared the company of the Japanese fellow I did see the note had vanished. Hold it! Where exactly did you notice it had gone missing? When? Where? Such idle thoughts never occupy my mind. I'm busied with greater ideas. In other words, you did notice. Several days passed between your outing to the tavern and Mr. Natsume's visit to your room. Yes, it would appear that the note disappeared sometime in that interval. Such idle thoughts never occupy my mind. I'm busied with greater ideas. And yet during that time, Miss Green was comatose in hospital, was she not? Clearly then, she could not have been stealing things from Mr. Shakespeare's room. Yes, of course. It's all some sort of misunderstanding, isn't it, Mr. Prosecutor, sir? You have so far failed to give a satisfactory explanation as to how you came by the note. Ah! I'm not here to advocate for your defense, ma'am. I won't tolerate inconsistencies in your story. You would do well to remember that. Oh, dearie me. What's Lord Van Seas getting at? Well, he's getting annoyed. I don't know what you mean. You think I snuck into this man's room, do you? Why would I? Hold it! It seems that this note was actually delivered to Mr. Shakespeare about 1 week ago. Oh, does it? But for some reason, it ended up in your possession. I can't think of any way that could have happened except for you breaking into Mr. Shakespeare's lodge.
Objection!
But for what reason would the witness have done that? I won't deny that Miss Green's possession of the note would appear to defy logic. However, unless her involvement in this case can be proven in some other way, any further pursuit of this note is meaningless. Miss Green could only have come to be in possession of the note by stealing it from Mr. Shakespeare's room. And yet, there's no obvious reason why she would have done such a thing. What if there was some other reason she broke into this lodging room? Yes! We should pursue that idea, Mr. Naruto. We're close now. I can feel it. We're so close to a breakthrough. I think it's a poison. I can point out the villain here, and as for that torn off piece of envelope, I don't know anything about it.
Hold it!
So you don't want to tell the court the truth about the letter, is that it? I'm a fledgling artist, remember? Artists are nearly always introverted characters. Introverted? Fie! This fledgling doth readily cast aspersions about my nature. Yet I'm an angel, a seraph. Birds who harmonize with my song, the wind doth frolic on my wing. Oh pity, therefore dost thou accuse one so pure of heart, ample woman? Pure of heart? I don't think so. Even a fledgling like me can see you are just a failure. Tragedy! Thou shalt not know the true heart of an artist until thine instruction hereafter by death. Oh, the days, oh, the years, alas, so lightning thee, thou must wait so long in vain. Mr. Naruhodo, interject with some clever remark. This is your chance to shine. I'm no Shakespearean actor, Mr. Sato. No, as far as I can tell, the only thing that's going to resolve this argument is evidence. Yes! It's clear that Miss Green did in fact break into Mr. Shakespeare's room, isn't it? And that's where she found this letter. Yes, two more or less foregone conclusions that lead me to one terrifying conclusion. Terrifying? Yes, I'm afraid to say that the outcome of this cross-examination may well change how we look at this case completely. I think it's if it's not, then I will read you.
Objection!
Oh. Yesterday at the hospital, we saw you with this bottle. And though the contents spilled during the course of our meeting, a small quantity remained. Ah! According to the defense's independent analysis, Mr. Sholmes' chemistry said, the liquid that was still in the bottle was identified as strychnine. What? Strychnine? The very same poison that afflicted Mr. Shakespeare. Ah! Mrs. Green, you broke into this man's lodgings for one reason and one reason alone. To cover the end of the pipe that feeds the gas lamp in Mr. Shakespeare's room with poison. Can this be? You broke into my room? It may seem incredible to the court, but from the remaining clues, there is only one logical conclusion that we can reach. The person who attempted to take Mr. Shakespeare's life with poison was you, Miss Olive Green. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dearie. Me! She's so cute. She's like a big frog because she's so green. Order! Counsel, are you seriously suggesting this woman put poison in the end of the gas pipe with intent to kill? Yes, my lord. There's no other way to explain the facts. But if Miss Green did indeed set this odious trap 6 days ago, and the victim had put his mouth to the pipe that very evening, as expected, the attempted murder would have happened 6 days ago, surely? Well, that's a very good point. Perhaps not, my lord. I beg your pardon? There was a significant police presence in the area that evening on account of incident on Briar Road. Local residents were being interviewed throughout the night as part of the ongoing inquiry. A circumspect criminal would likely have chosen not to carry out any wrongdoing at that time. Lord Fancies. And of course, the following morning, there was more activity at Mr. Shakespeare's address. More activity? Ah, yes! You made his fellow lodger, Mr. Natsume, be arrested on suspicion of murder. That's right. And as the defense has already proposed, Mr. Shakespeare was meddling with the gas in the pipe for a very sinister reason himself, to cause the gas stove in Mr. Natsume's room to go out, thereby asphyxiating the occupant. But once Mr. Natsume has been arrested, his room was under constant surveillance by the police. In the circumstances, Mr. Shakespeare had no reason to blow end to the gas pipe. His intended victim being in the prison cell. With a need to tamper with the gas removed, the poison on the pipe lay dormant. And then, 3 days ago now, the situation changed again. Right, Mr. Natsume's trial, which took place here at the Old Bailey, came to an end. The trial in which a man stood accused of stabbing Miss Green in the back, but was duly acquitted. That that resulted in Mr. Natsume returning to his lodgings for the first time in 2 days. And that very night, his gas stove mysteriously went out, and Mr. Shamspeare was mysteriously poisoned. In conclusion, the poison that was present on the mouth of the gas pipe had been put there in the victim's room 4 days earlier. Mary! With that new understanding, it becomes clear that this letter was all part of the plan. What plan? The court will recall that the note gave instructions to visit the Slug and Salad at 5 o'clock, and that the recipient should tell nobody else. The reason for those instructions are not clear. To ensure that the lodger would not be at home at the stated time. To make sure it wasn't home? Exactly. While you were out, Miss Green could safely slip into your room, knowing that she wouldn't be disturbed. You mean to say that letter was written by Miss Green, yes. And in order to cover her tracks, she took it away with her when she left. Just after she smeared poison over the mouth of the gas pipe in your room. Order! Order! What do you have to say for yourself, witness? Just who are you? Why'd you try to kill me? Miss Green's motive should be obvious. It's all tied up with someone whose name we've heard several times already during the course of this trial. So, that's what's behind all this. You share your apparent understanding with the court, please, counsel. Which person is behind this woman's motive for the attack on victim's life?
Take that!
Duncan Ross. That's right. Before the defendant, Mr. Natsume, took up residence in lodgings at Mr. Garrigan's, somebody else was renting the room. Mr. Duncan Ross. I knew I'd heard the name somewhere else. It was all over the papers a month ago, when the man died in strange circumstances at the haunted lodgings. That does ring a vein. Ah, of course, yes. I remember now. The young man they claim was strangled by the convict's curse or some such. Sadly, my lord, it wasn't a curse of any kind. Nor was it an accident. The man died as a result of Mr. Shamspeare blowing into the gas pipe and causing gas to leak into the room. It was murder, plain and simple. Ah! Well, what do you know? The world is so unfair. Curses, curious deaths, that's all people care about. If it's an interesting story they want to know, it doesn't cross their minds that real people are involved. And once they're bored, just 1 month later, once the story's lost its appeal, so everyone's forgotten him. You mean Duncan was... Mr. Ross was Miss Green's fiancé. Fiancé? You may not have known until now who Miss Green really is, Mr. Shamspeare. But she's known exactly who you are all along. Because you are her sworn enemy. The murderer who took the life of the man she was to marry. Marry! Miss Green, is it not the case that in order to exact revenge on Mr. Shamspeare, you smeared poison over the end of the gas pipe? This is all quite extraordinary. Am I correct in my understanding that you now accuse both parties, counsel? Each on different counts of murder? Yes, my lord, that's correct.
Objection!
Inhaling so deeply, it appears that my fledgling learned friend has taken in a lungful of dubious gas that's causing his judgment to be clouded. What? Why would Mr. Shamspeare have wanted to kill these lodgers, as you say? You have completely failed to provide a motive to substantiate your accusation against the man. Yes, that's right, Mr. Reaper, my liege. I have been slighted. 'Tis lies! Oh, lies! I denied it! I deny every utterance! And you have to forgive me, Mr. Naruhodo, sir. But I don't intend to admit to anything either. Miss Dream. I'm sure you think I'm being very rude, but I'm not going to be sent to the gallows for the likes of this scoundrel.
Objection!
But you broke into the man's room. If you didn't do it to smear poison on the pipe, what was your reason? I thought I'd have a look around, that's all. Sorry? You're right, I suspected him. So I thought perhaps I might find some evidence or something in this room. Evidence that it was him who took Duncan's life. Oh vileness, oh villainy, oh tyranny, oh rotundity of woman. But in any case, whenever I leave my room, I do turn a key in the lock. That whole place is falling apart. The locks on the doors are no different. Duncan showed me once how to unlock the door with some turfs and piece of wire. Oh awfulness, oh artfulness, oh tyranny, oh profanity of woman. We'll consider your trespassing on some future occasion, but for now, tell the court what you found, what evidence your search revealed. Well, I spotted a note that I'd sent him lying on the floor. When I went to pick it up, I noticed something. One of the floorboards was loose, and underneath it, I discovered a secret hiding place. Eh? Yes, we also discovered that hiding place. Inside, we found a newspaper cutting, a photograph, and an empty tin box. Yes. Well, the thing is, when I found it, the box wasn't empty. What? There was some in it? Yes. This rather nice key. What are you doing with that? What the? Every ounce of color is drained from his face. Give it here! Give it to me now! It's mine! I inherited it! What was that, witness? What'd you say? You inherited it? No, What's all this about? He inherited that key? It was obviously important to you since you'd gone to such lengths to hide it, so I took it. I don't know what it's for, but you took some precious from me, so I took some precious from you. So, what if it means you can't open some now? I don't care. Give it back this minute! Give it to me! Calm yourself, witness. So, Mr. Shamspeare tried, and in one case succeeded to take the level 2 lodgers out. Yes, his motive for doing so is the key to everything that's happened. It's true that there appears to be no motive to support the accusation against Mr. Shamspeare at first. But considering everything we now know, I think there is actually some that could explain it. What? I need to recall every piece of evidence at our disposal, everything we've seen and heard. Because I'm sure that I just caught a glimpse of the link that runs through all these events. Okay, let's see. Natural causes, early hours. He's been suffering with fever since in October. Alert by the shouts of his fellow cellmate, medical staff arrived to find him already dead before his capital punishment could be carried out. Okay. In that case, counsel, I must demand that you present evidence in the court in support of your claim. What is it that you say can explain the motivation for Mr. Shamspeare's alleged crimes?
Take that!
That's an official police report, is it not? The Selden file? How'd you get hold of that? Selden? The now sadly deceased Mr. Ross and the defendant Mr. Nasune have only one thing linking them. The fact that they had lodgings in the same room. Well, yes, we know this certainly. A room that was formerly occupied by Selden. Until that is, he was arrested by Scotland Yard for his involvement in multiple burglaries. I see. It so happens that the convict Selden left behind one very substantial mystery when he died. The sum 1,000 pounds worth of loot that he sold, which as yet remains to be found. Yes, of course. It's coming back to me now. It's written in this file here. 1,000 pounds lost en route to hell. That was how the papers sum it up. And it seems that one particular fellow inmate was with the convict in his final moments. It's not hard to imagine Selden entrusting that inmate with his most closely guarded secret. The location of the stolen loot and perhaps a key to unlock whatever container the valuables were in. Wait. Wait. You mean the key is... Mr. Shakespeare, it was you, wasn't it? You were the hospital offender's side when he died, were you not? What are you talking about? 'Tis a false charge, I tell you, a false charge. The name of the inmate who was with the Selden at his death isn't noted in his file. But a simple telegram to the prison where he died would quickly tell us how false the charge really is. Ugh. But even if it's true, why would the man be so intent on killing every subsequent occupant on the convict's lodgings? There's only one explanation for that, my lord. It was in that very room that Selden hid his loot. So, it all comes out. Yes, and having established that, all of Mr. Shakespeare's subsequent actions start to make perfect sense. When he was let out of prison following Selden's death, he made immediately for Mr. Garrideb's lodgings in the hope of renting of Selden's old room. However, the retired army man wasn't able to offer him the accommodation of his choice, because Selden's old room had already been let to somebody else, Mr. Duncan Ross. Which is why Mr. Shakespeare subsequently devised his gas-based plot to kill the occupant of the room. And when he was successful, he presumably intended to inquire about switching into the newly vacant room. However, a certain jittery someone had beaten him to it. Mr. Soseki Natsume? The defendant of this case, no less. So you decided to use the ploy with the gas again, didn't you, Mr. Shakespeare? This time to oust Mr. Natsume. All for one simple and avaricious reason: to get your hands on the 1,000 pounds of loot left behind by the dead convict. Finally. Looks like I'm gonna snuff it before they get to stretch me neck. Listen, I want you to have me loot. Anything to stop the coppers getting their mitts on it. It's hidden in the room where it was lodging when they got me. Here, this is the key to it. Take it. Always stay one step ahead, mate. See you in hell, I guess. Shamspear. Wow. It's mine. What did he just say? It's mine. That loot is mine. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Mr. Shamspear? It's all lies! I don't accept any of it. Why should I? After all, you don't have a shred of evidence. You can't prove I killed that fellow. Forsooth! I'm the victim here, remember? Isn't that right, ladies and gentlemen? Oh no. If I don't admit to it, there's nothing you can do. You can't arrest me for the time being anyway. Verily, you can't arrest a victim, can you? Isn't that right, ladies and gentlemen? I'm so close, I just need a few more hours. I swore to myself that I'd get my hands on it, and I can almost taste it now. Do you really think I'd just give up? There's no question in my mind now. This man's guilty through and through. But he seems so utterly intoxicated by the idea of that loot. I'm afraid that however hard you press him, he will never admit to what he's done, Mr. Naruto. There is a way. Pardon? There's one way I can finish him. No! He is already committed to the most heinous crimes to get his hands on that loot. Which means all we need to do is find it first. A fine plan. Were it not for the fact that the police thoroughly searched a room following the death of Mr. Ross. If it's there at all, it must be very well hidden indeed. Without conclusive evidence, I certainly cannot rule. If only there was some way we could find the convict's loot quickly. This is the final piece in the complex puzzle, but I think we might have it in our possession already. Or rather, I think we may well have some that can help find where that loot is hidden. My lord! Yes, counsel? The defense would like to make a proposal about how to find the late convict's hidden loot. I believe we are already in possession of some that could give us a clue as to its whereabouts. Oh, sorry, it's time to order some lunch. It's our last chance, so it has to be worth a gamble. Besides, we have used the same technique once already, and it definitely paid off then. How? I don't remember. Very well then, counsel. Let the court hear your idea. What do you propose we can use in order to locate the hiding place of the deceased convict's hall? What? How? The cat! Oh no. Huh. Okay, I don't know. Oh, here? What do you propose we can use in order to locate the hiding place of the deceased convict's hall? They said they've used it before too. What do you propose we can use in order to locate the hiding place of the deceased convict? They said they've used before. We've used the same technique once already. And it definitely paid off. What is it that they used? Oh! This? The handprints?
Take that!
If I'm not mistaken, those are Mr. Shamspeare's handprints on the wall of his lodgings. That's right, my lord. Exposed as a result of the defense's independent investigation of the scene. Based on a wonderful new discovery in the field of forensic science by the great detective Mr. Sholmes. A great detective? Is that some kind of joke? Do you really think I'm going to be daunted by a man with such a ridiculous title? I should think the great bard ought to recognize such a title when he hears one Mr. Shamspeare. Perhaps we should compete for the honor of most ridiculous title. Ah, it's Sherlock Holmes himself! What are you doing here, great detective? Your usual haunts are the filthy back streets of the capital, are they not? Ah, Mr. Reaper, it's been too long. And I see your complexion has worsened since last we met. Mr. Sholmes, he does know Lord Van Siegsen well enough to say something like that in any case. Mr. Sholmes, though you may be heralded as a great detective by the population at large, that does not give you the right to come in and go in my courtroom as you see fit. If I may, my lord, Mr. Sholmes' newly developed scientific method has helped us to uncover vital clues in this case already. Clues, you say? I call them skin prints, my lord. My method identifies every location touched by an individual under scrutiny. Okay. It's a method by which we were able to ascertain this gentleman's gas pipe activities. Ah! You need only a small sample of some the individual has previously touched to make an indicator solution. In your case, sir, I used a teacup you had been holding. Elementary. So now, Mr. Naruto. Ah! What am I to use as a sample to make the indicator solution this time? Thank you for offering to help, Mr. Sholmes. When the convict was arrested, he was living in what is now Soseki-san's room. We need a sample to help locate Selden's loot. That's hidden in his old room. What form will the sample take? Oh, I have no idea. Present a person. We don't have evidence with Selden's print. Maybe I can present a person. Wait. Let's see. Ooh. In your case, you need only a small sample of some the individual has previously touched to make an indicator solution. Present a person. We'll need some of Selden's in order to create the indicator solution to find his loot. And some the convict owned happens to be in the possession of somebody listed in the court record. Upon my word, Mr. Naruto, your powers of reasoning appear to be on the up. So, which particular person do you have in mind? From whom can we obtain a possession of the late convict Selden to create the indicator solution?
Take that!
The key. Miss Green! Ah! Me? What do you want with me? The key around your neck, if you please. Sorry? That key belonged to Selden. There will be remnants of secretions from the man's skin on his surface that we can use. Very true. That is the sample we need. Using it, we can create the indicator solution required for Mr. Shome's skin print seeker. And find out exactly what Selden touched in the room that he used to rent. Ah! Mr. Shamspeare has one grade to another, I assure you. If the late convict's hall is hidden somewhere in his former lodgings, I shall uncover it in no more than 30 minutes. Ah. So, Mr. Shamspeare, the truth is well within our grasp now, and as such, you never get your hands on Mr. Selden's stolen wealth. In that case, I'll gladly let Mr. Sholmes have his key. No! Give the key to me! The detective shan't have it! It's over, Mr. Shamspeare. No, no! You're out of options now. There's only one thing left for you to do. Admit your guilt. Whoa. Oh, Shameful Spear! Despair! Be thy name! Okay.
Welcome, everyone! Welcome, welcome!
I never intended to kill the man. I just wanted to drive him out of the room, that's all. So you'd have time to find the convict's haul of stolen goods? Yet, after you'd killed the young man, you still didn't move into the room. I asked the landlord, of course. I pleaded with him, but he refused. Why? I was 3 months behind with the rent, for one thing. Mr. Garrison really has had a lot to put up with. And he had the gas repair work done immediately afterwards, putting the room out of action for a while. And then, this Japanese man swooped in at just the right moment to sign a new lease. Poor Mr. Natsume. What unfortunate timing. Then, 5 days ago, after the incident on Briar Road when the Japanese fellow got himself arrested, I thought I'd finally have my chance, but it wasn't to be. No, the scene was sealed off and guarded by the police night and day. And if I remember rightly, Mr. Sholmes spent the whole day in there reading books. I couldn't even enter the room, let alone search for the loot. Which is why, on the day Mr. Natsume was acquitted and returned to his room, you once again tried your trick of blowing air into the gas pipe that feeds the stove in his room. Unbeknownst to you, however, that action would lead you into a deadly trap. William Shamspeare, how does it go? To be or not to be? That is the question. From Shakespeare's Hamlet, Act 3, Scene 1. Well, let me tell you, in your case, it's not to be. That is the answer. You deserve to die for what you've done. Wow, everyone's quiet.
Hello, welcome. Everyone's so quiet. Everyone's so quiet. Hello. Welcome, welcome. Welcome.
Is it? Is it low? I don't. Why is it low? What do you mean low? The game? I haven't done anything to the settings. At first, I really did think it was just a terrible accident. I'll never forget our conversation the night before Duncan died. The gas supply in my new lodgings are a complete disaster, you know, Olive. The gas supply? Yes, the stove always seemed to go out in the middle of the night for some reason. That's no joke. They say it's a convict's curse. Oh, Duncan, please, don't stay there. I don't care how cheap it is. Alright then, if it's that important to you, I'll start looking for a new place. There are spare rooms at my house. Why don't you leave that horrible room tonight? No, I better